Go live. Okay, I think it's working now. Can you see and hear me? Let me know. Let me know if you can see and hear me. All right, great. So guys, in this video, thank you so much for joining, all of you, Atif, Eric, Prasun, everybody who has joined in on time. Just let me know, whoever has joined in, say hello in the chat box. And I believe you all can hear me now. So in this video, we're going to be talking about launching a product with variations. All right, I just thought that I should have some kind of presentation in every live stream, because it just, you know, gives a lot of direction to the live stream itself. So in this video, we're going to be talking about launching product with variations. All right, how to gauge which variation should you be launching, or should you be launching all the variations at all. And then I'm going to discuss a bit about hijacker alerts that's happening right now. Like hijackers are all over the place. I'm just going to talk about that for a quick few minutes. And then again, a small tip about protection against hijacker and how can you ease out the process for Amazon to help you with the hijackers and, you know, get rid of them. And then we're going to take some FAQs towards the end of this video, and that's it. Like that's kind of like the agenda of the video. I'm going to keep it short because I don't feel so well today and my throat isn't helping me either. So yeah, let's just keep it short, to the point. And whoever is joining in towards the end, don't forget to subscribe so that you are notified when I go live next time. And I will put in a timestamp below as to where do we actually start the content. So yeah, I'll just wait for 60 more seconds and then we will get into the topics of the video. While I wait for it, let me just open it up on the phone as well. My channel, I'm live right now myself. Great. And guys, if you have any questions in your mind as I go through the topics, just drop them in the comment section or the chat section, and then I will get to it towards the FAQ part of the video at the end. Great, amazing. So I'm going to keep this short. As you can see, there's a bit more clarity towards what's going to happen in this live stream. I've got like I've got a set of pointers on the screen which you can obviously see. We are going to keep it short, about 15-20 minutes, and this is for today. And of course, like at any point in the video, if you feel that this is useful and there is some good value coming towards you, hit that thumbs up button, smash it. All right, let everybody, so that we can let everybody know on the channel who has subscribed or who would discover it right after this live stream that there's something awesome going on this channel and everybody should be joining in. All right, guys, I wouldn't wait any longer. Let me just go ahead with the video, and then we can wrap it quick. So about launching a product with variations. All right, so oftentimes you might come down to a product which has, like, through your product research and through your various techniques, whichever technique you use, you might end up discovering a product which has certain variations. All right, so it could have variations in terms of color, it could have variations in terms of size, it could have variations in terms of maybe quantity, maybe the package itself, whatever it is. All right, so the first question that a lot of people ask me, and the first question that would come to your mind as well, is that, hey, this product is selling like 3 different variations now. What do I do? Like, should I launch the product with three different variations, or should I pick one, right? And if I pick one, which one should I be picking? All right, that is kind of like the thought process that might go through your mind when you discover a product which has variations. All right, so the thing over here is simple. All right, at the very top, the first question that you should ask yourself is that what is your budget? All right, because every product requires you to have a certain amount of budget. All right, you cannot get into a space, or you cannot launch product saying that, hey, like for example, if I tell you that you need to launch at least 300 or 500 unit with 300 or 500 units of that product, you cannot just go ahead and launch with 100 units of each variation, right? You might not even get the right results, you might not come to the right conclusion, and you might just, you know, basically make a situation for yourself wherein you wouldn't be able to judge whether that product was supposed to be successful, or was it supposed to be, you know, was it bound to fail, right? Because when you launch with variations, people usually tend to split their budget across different variation types. Like if there are 3 colors, I might just, you know, start with 100 units of each, and then that's how I would, you know, put together a 300 unit lot, and I would launch that particular product. But at the end, what if only one of the colors had a higher likelihood of being sold? All right, what if there was a demand for color B more than color A and color C? All right, so in that scenario, what would happen is that you might go out of inventory for one of the variations, and you might still have ample inventory for the other 2 variations, and in that scenario, your money is definitely locked in that product, and you wouldn't be able to figure out what do you do next. Should you order more of product B, or should you wait for your inventory to go out of stock so that you can get your money back and then place the order with the supplier, right? So I don't want any one of you to be you know, coming in that situation. And honestly, I'm going to be basically sharing my thoughts on this. I'm going to be sharing what would I do if I find a product and I'm actually going towards launching a product which has variations in the market. So here's my strategy. All right, my strategy would be simple. I would try and figure out which of the variations has the maximum demand. All right, I'm going to show you in just a bit. I'm going to show you in just a bit how do you do that. But I'm going to figure out first which of the variations has the maximum demand. All right, if the overall product has demand in the market, then you need to figure out which variation has demand in the market most. All right, it could be a specific color, it could be a specific size, or it could be a specific set of bundle. All right, but figure that out. All right, and the way you test the waters and the way you test the market for that particular product is by going ahead with that variation. Right, you have to invest right in that variation. You have to start with the right number of units for that particular variation and see if you can sell them, because obviously a segment of market is definitely ordering that variation, right? So don't worry about the fact that you did not have, you know, 2 colors to start with, or you do not have those 3 sizes to start with. You have to just focus on the people looking for that particular color or that particular size or that particular bundle set when you're starting with that product. That way you focus on one variation, you know, go ahead and basically market that particular variation, and you avoid marketing all of the different variations which people might be looking for. So for example, then your PPC keywords also narrow down. For example, if something was coming in 2 sizes, medium and large, if people were searching for large XYZ product, then you would add that as a negative keyword in case you don't have that variation in, you know, in your product, right, at that very moment. But when you come back online, or maybe when you extend your product by adding that particular variation, you can always remove that from your negative keyword campaign and bring it back to life. So that's kind of like the strategy. That's kind of like how we do it. Now I'm going to show you some basic criteria on figuring out which variation is selling the most. All right, I think everybody has definitely used Jungle Scout. So let me just, okay, I did not, just hold on for a second. Let me just figure out a product which has variations. Right, beds, I believe this product, that's good. fall. I just didn't bet. Alright, just give me 1 second. I did not get time to mine a product which might have variations. Yeah, okay, I found one, and hold on for a second. Perfect. All right, so I found one. Just let me just load the numbers, and I'll just move that screenshot into the presentation so that you guys can have a good idea. Okay, I wouldn't waste a lot of time. I found a product, but it does not seem to have great sales. But let me just still see what's the situation here. All right, 1 second. This certainly has a lot of reviews. Cool. All right, I have figured it out. Hold on for a second. Let me just move that screenshot to my presentation so that you guys can have a look at it. I'm doing this in front of you right now. Cool. Alright guys, I hope you can all see this Jungle Scout screenshot. So basically this was a product that I just discovered. Let me just confirm if everybody can see that. Okay, alright. Well, I hope there is not much delay. So I basically discovered this product which has certain variations of size. Alright, so it has variations of size, and as you can see, Jungle Scout is exactly telling me which type of variation is at what rank, right? So I can see which variation is ranked at what number. Over here, surprisingly, all of the variations seem to be ranked at the same number. That is probably because all of the different variations are out of stock. But usually what will happen is that you would see all of these different variations ranked at a different number in that particular category, and you would see different estimates for monthly sales in the monthly sales column and the daily sales column. So I usually try to avoid the daily sales column altogether, so just forget about that. So this is the first thing that you would see. All right, this is the first metric that you would go and figure out to understand which variation is selling the most. All right, I can understand that this is not a very apt example for it, but that is what you need to look. The second thing, all right, this is again, I'm going to show you the second way to back that first hypothesis and figure out how do you like which variation is selling. So let me just go to my Amazon screen, just 1 second. All right, I hope you can see my Amazon screen. Let me just quickly open this over here. All right, guys, I hope you can see this particular product on my screen. I'm going to go to the reviews section. All right, I'm going to go to the reviews section. I hope you can see this. And now if you see here, okay, it's not clickable right here. All right, so for some reason it's not clickable on the screen, so I'm not going to waste my time, but I want you all to try this out after this video. So what's going to happen here is that when a product has certain variations, all right, I think it's not happening over here because there are multiple, but when a product has variations, what happens here is that these things over here, the color and the size, these things become clickable. All right, so for example, if there was a product which had 2 different colors, and when you go to the reviews section, you can actually click on one of those reviews, all right, or one of those variation types, and it's going to filter out the review count and tell you exactly how many reviews are there for that particular variation. All right, so by looking at the number of reviews, you can, get an estimate or get a ballpark figure, right? Not an accurate estimate, of course, but you can get a trend estimate about which product is selling the most, because more likely than not, the product which is, or the variation which is selling the most will have the most reviews. All right, so that is kind of like a no-brainer. That's kind of like how the sales and review ratio work, and that's where you can actually confidently say, after looking at the Jungle Scout data, you can confidently say which variation is working the most. And of course, like I would also advise you, if you have Jungle Scouts, what is that, the web app, if you have the web app, you should definitely add in all of the variations in the product tracker, and that's another way to figure out which variation is selling right now. All right, so let's go back to our presentation, and that was basically the first part of this video. I hope that gives you some idea. I'm sure you are going to have a lot of questions. I would appreciate if you can put those questions in the comment section, and we can get to them as soon as we finish up the third and fourth point. All right, so third point. All right, this is kind of like a little bad news. All right, because what have I noticed with my product, and one of my students whom actually I'm mentoring, she also noticed that this was the case with her product. So basically, I want you all to go ahead and check all of your products after I tell you what you need to check for. All right, so if you are selling on Amazon.com once, and if your product is live and you're selling actively, you should definitely keep a check on the Canadian marketplace, and you should definitely keep a check on the Mexican marketplace, because those two are also marketplaces in America. So what is happening nowadays is that a lot of people, a lot of hijackers per se, are actually just relisting your listings in those marketplaces, in Canadian marketplace and in Mexican marketplace, and they are just basically trying to get orders from customers in those marketplaces. And I think what they would be doing is that once they get an order, they would basically place the order with us in the American store with the Canadian address, and I think with a higher shipping cost, Amazon would still ship the products to Canada or to Mexico. So that's what's happening, and that is what I also noticed with my product. All right, and here's what I did. All right, now coming to the fourth point, here's what I did. I contacted Amazon, all right, via email. I went to the help section on Amazon and found out the report a listing violation option. All right, once I went there, it basically opened up an email editor for me, and I basically wrote to Amazon along with all the screenshots, along with all the pointers that, hey, this seller on this marketplace is not genuine, or these sellers in these marketplaces are not genuine. I would appreciate if you can just take them off your catalog, because they are harming your customers by not giving them products from the direct source, which is me. All right, so I kind of made it sound like if Amazon doesn't remove them, they are hampering their own customers, and that's something that they don't want to play around with. And of course, like, there's one thing that you must have if you want to make this easy for yourself and for Amazon. All right, and that is this: you need to ensure that you have brand registry done for your product. Right, if you have brand registry done for your product, and then if you go to Amazon and tell them that, hey Amazon, somebody's trying to emulate us on these marketplaces, and they are trying to sell our product without our prior authorization, and that we have not authorized any sellers to sell these products in those marketplaces, what's going to happen is that Amazon is not going to question you a lot. If you have your brand registry done with them, they're just going to figure it out. They're going to go, validate your information, validate your report, and simply remove those sellers or hijackers. All right, so I did it, and that is why I'm telling you, brand registry has a really huge impact when it comes to such scenarios. All right, so I think after reporting, it just took about 3 to 4 days for Amazon to remove the hijackers from the Canadian marketplace. I still could see one seller selling in the Mexican marketplace, and I just reached out to them on over the phone today morning, and I told them that, hey, I had already reported this, it's not happened, like I can still see that person over there, and they basically accepted that fact, and they said that we will get it fixed for you. All right, so that is why I always keep saying that you need to think ahead, you need to protect yourself, and you need to be very cautious about such scenarios. So I would appreciate, for your own benefit, for your own sake, go back. If you're already selling a product on Amazon.com, go back and check the Canadian and Mexican marketplaces. But please do hit that like button on this video for this bit of information. I think that was useful. All right, guys. So that is all I had planned for this video. Now let's go to the FAQs and see what questions are coming up. All right. Well, I hope that this short and precise live stream was useful for you guys. I hope you found value, and I hope these live streams are bringing value to you guys. And if you want me to add in anything, if you want me to change in anything, if you think that I should probably include some kinds of information or whatever it is, if you want me to cover a topic in the next live stream, let me know so that I can come back to you with that live stream or with that topic, and we can discuss that in breadth. All right guys, I can still see 7 people up online. It is really good to see you all here. Atif, Prasun, whoever else is online, just let me know. Hit that thumbs up button so that I can figure out how many of you are actually watching. And if you're watching this later, please drop in your questions down below in the comments after the video is over so that I can get to them and respond to you. And I always respond to all the comments under the video. All right. Hey Prasun, hi. So you're asking me about registering a trademark in the USA. Well, there are different services. I believe 𝗦𝗵𝐺𝐴 is one of them. But from what I have heard and what I have discussed with other people is that, yeah, USPTO is another option. But what have I heard is that it's quicker to register a trademark in United Kingdom. All right. So one of our group members, I think his name is Mehul, he's in the group. You can hit him up and figure out how can you get it done. He has figured out a service in United Kingdom which does that, does the trademark registration in under 3 months and is not very expensive. And for myself, I have actually done my trademark registration in India. It took me a long time. It took me about 9 months to get it done. But Amazon accepts trademark from many other countries. You can actually go to brandregistry.amazon.com and figure out which countries does it accept trademarks from. All right. And for me, the cost of registering the trademark was under $120. But then again, like, it really took a lot of time. I wouldn't really go that route from my next brand onwards. The best way to make sense of keyword research would be great. I have used Helium 10, but it's quite expensive. Haven't tried merchant words yet. All right, Vivek, thank you so much for your comment. I am personally using merchant words even now. I'm paying for it on a monthly basis. I think I've been paying for it ever since I started selling on Amazon. So it's $9 a month. Helium 10, I've heard all good things about it, but I don't know. I haven't used it yet, but I'm going to subscribe to it now because I'm in the process of launching 2-3 more products and I might just need it. So I'll figure it out. I'll see how better Helium 10 is. But right now, it's basically for keyword research. I use Amazon search. I use competitor listings. I basically read through their descriptions, bullet points, and everything. And I use merchant words to figure out what keywords are that tool is suggesting me. So yeah, that's kind of like my tool set for getting keywords at the moment. I had also used keywordinspector.io. I think they had a feature called reverse ASIN, which is also there in Helium 10. So I had used that for sure. Okay. Let me just scroll back up and see if I missed any questions. Okay. You can try yoga mat for variation colors. Yeah, 100%. I think I conveyed the meaning, so I believe you guys can go ahead and try it. And if you face any issues, let me know. You can come back to this video, put your comments under the video, and I will get to you. All right. I see a few people joining in. Let me know whoever is joining in right now. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer. But if you missed the previous part of the video, the stream is going to be up there on the channel. So subscribe and hit that notification bell. Once I end the live stream, you can always rewind and look at the content or hear the content at your own time. All right. When will you launch the PPC course? Hey man, all right, that's actually good. It's actually open in my laptop right now. I just couldn't record it because I think was trying to figure out my YouTube problem this week, and I fell sick since yesterday, so I was supposed to record it already. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely ensure that I release the video or the PPC course next week on YouTube. Can you please explain the procedure of registering a trademark in USA? Or I have already answered that. Yes, it will work. How do you guarantee patent? How do you guarantee patent? Alright, Mamta. I am not sure what you mean by that, but if you can rephrase your question, I'd be happy to answer it, or I will come back to it after the live stream. I have a brand registered on Amazon.in. Can I use it for? Well, if you have a trademark, Prasoon, if you have a trademark for your brand in India, you can definitely do your brand registry on Amazon.com as well. I think you'll have to reapply for brand registry over there, and I think you have to apply for brand registry in every marketplace individually, but your Indian trademark will definitely work. Yes, that is correct, Atif. You are absolutely right on that note. Alright guys, I think that is all the time that we had today. I think this was useful. You can always rewind and watch the video once again, and if you have any questions when you go through the video again, let me know. I will be happy to answer for you, and until then, I will see you on Monday in the next live stream. If anybody is watching it for the first time, ensure that you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell, and hit me up on Messenger, my Messenger page, so that I can remind you when I'm live. Alright, Mamta, I will answer your question before I go because you are there live and you're watching. Alright, if you don't have patent for your products, you need to get a confirmation. Alright, you need to get a written consent or a written authorization from the person or the company or the body which owns the patent. Alright, that is the only way. I would never advise you to go and chase a product which has patent on it. You need to ensure that you have the right permission, so that if at all in the entire world, if somebody comes to you knocking at your door, hey, that you don't have the rights to sell this product, and Amazon puts you down, you'll have a paper or you'll have an authorization, letter of authorization to show to Amazon, and then that will be the end of the discussion and you will live happily ever after. So get that letter of authorization from the patent owner, and for that you'll have to probably figure it out on via Google, and those are my 2 cents on that. Alright, with that, I'm going to sign off. Until next time, take care guys.